Hello, everybody. This is Andreas, and I'm having a very special guest today here with me. It's Spencer Berry. Hello, Spencer Berry.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm fine. Who is Spencer Berry?
Who is Spencer Berry? Well, in the yo-yo world, I started in 2000 in California with a lot of the spin doctors, so like Gary Longoria and Paul Escolar. And they taught me a lot of really crazy tricks. And I got really lucky to have Steve Brown recruit me into Duncan Crew. So I was with Duncan Crew from 2001 to 2008.
How does it feel when all of a sudden, I mean, you're the new guy, you come up with a trick, and all of a sudden it's catching up, and somebody else is doing it, and you see it everywhere, people doing it. How does it feel?
I remember one year, I think it was maybe Worlds, maybe 2010 actually. A Japanese guy came up to me and said, "Hey, you made up Rancid Milk, didn't you?" And I said, "Yeah." And I mean, this is probably almost a decade after I invented the trick. And he's like, "Can you show it to me?" He had his little video camera, and seriously, 15 minutes. I missed this trick, and I missed the trick, and that's actually one of my more consistent ones. And I missed it for 15 minutes, and I had to just like say, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I can't hit my own trick very well." And he puts down the camera and does it perfectly.
Oh.
First try, he does it absolutely perfectly end to end. And I was like, "Dude, why did you want me to do it if you can do it better than I can? I don't understand."
Now, the video I'm looking at is, I guess, your latest, double or triangle.
Yeah.
In the description, it says, "Yo-yo used is the Walter." Now, Spencer, what is Walter?
Walter's my kind of labor of love that I started in 2010, which is a long time. I mean, it's been 3 years in the making. I've worked with Chris from H-Spin originally to get it done.
Oh.
And when that didn't work out and H-Spin kind of fell apart, I got some other guys to complete it. But it's a very slim yo-yo,
Ah.
and it's kind of the opposite of like competition grade, because you can see here it's just like a huge waste of gap space on the edges just to make these beautiful soft rims. But it's really designed with a couple intentions. One is to be tug responsive, which, as you probably know, is not a very common desire. But to answer your question, what is Walter? It's a retro modern slimline tug responsive yo-yo for kind of a modern audience. I've always been a very self-centered yo-yoer, from what I was talking about earlier of my making up my own tricks how I want to, wanting to play with this yo-yo or that, or making things. I've always been very self-centric in all of the pursuits, and I think Walter's no less. Walter was really, I wanted this yo-yo. It was in my head, and it didn't exist. It just wasn't out there exactly like I wanted it. So.
On your website, spencerberry.com, you talk a little bit about the Walter, and what I thought was interesting. It says here you can actually color it.
Yeah, you can write on them. I think chalk actually works best. I don't know if I have a piece of chalk here. Oh, I do.
Aha. Ah,
So
nice.
chalk looks really nice, and you can kind of rub it off too.
Nice.
The other thing that I say on my website is it plays terrible with a dry bearing. You can put a dry bearing in it and get it unresponsive, but it plays like an old yo-yo jam. It's not smooth, and it's not consistent, and it bites you, but it doesn't come back. I mean, what's the fun in that? But it's a bruiser and a bone breaker. It won't cut you. I'm hoping people will get it out there and play with it, because it's it's designed to be durable. It's designed to be kind of a street yo-yo. And when I was in San Francisco, waiting at the bus stop, it was great to like hit on the bar really loud and make a big loud noise. It's great to one of my new favorite tricks is land the UFO. You do a UFO, and while it's spinning sideways, you just put it on the cement and it goes and then you pull it up and it just makes a big ring mark on your yo-yo. That's a really good one. So I don't know. I'm hoping people will just get out there and kind of shred with it, because it is very durable.
You said it doesn't have any really markings or colors, but it does have a serial number on it, right?
Right. If you order one with a serial number, if you want to. I grabbed number 94 here.
All right.
Oh.
There it is. Yeah.
So it's subtle, but you still don't see any markings.
You've produced 100 of those babies.
Correct.
And they come at $120 shipped, right?
Yeah, shipped to the US 120 and shipped anywhere else 135. But I'd say about maybe a third to a half of the reservations have been actually paid for and shipped out.
Okay.
At the rate I'm selling them, I'm not sure. We'll have to do marketing, but I have been slowly working on a video of me missing a bunch of tricks with Walter and showing how fun it is.
Right.
So maybe that'll surface and help me sell them, or maybe that'll surface after they're all sold. I don't really know.
Okay. Could you actually consider this already a success, or is that still
Well, it's a
undecided?
success for me because my goal was to get a dozen of these things of the yo-yo I love, and I have plenty of them.
We gotta have to talk about the packaging because it doesn't come in a box, in a cardboard box. You actually came up with something really cool, which is a wooden box.
Yes.
How did that come to be?
Well, I live in Omaha, Nebraska, and there's this guy here named Chris Hughes who does artifact bags. And I talked to him about packaging, and he happened to have a friend who I just met and has just started a little yo-yo company who's a carpenter. So I went to him and started talking to him about the box, and he came up with this idea, which is it's like a birch plywood, and he just layers them all together and then makes like a swivel lid and then drills a hole out of the center. And because he's drilling the hole for every one, you kind of have to have the right angle. You can fit the yo-yo right in the top there. So that was a pretty awesome idea, and when I saw that, I was okay with it, even though it was probably about the same price as the cardboard tubes in the end. But at least it's made locally, and I think it definitely changes the level of presentation. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Where does the name Walter come from?
Um, huh. I get asked that actually quite a bit. I was imagining just like an old dude in a sweater who was kind of like, "Arr," and like being a curmudgeon, and no, that's not right. No, you got to get it sure that's technically right, but you're not actually hitting the trick. Like, just that kind of guy who is just going to kind of punish you every time you kind of act unsmoothly, and that's the way the yo-yo plays. So it kind of fell into place, and I think probably my next couple yo-yos will be named after old men as well.
So there are going to be more yo-yos then from you?
Yeah, I got a couple. I got a wood that I'm working on, probably tentatively named Stanley. And then I'm hopefully going to be doing like a tug responsive yo-yo that's a little bit wider, like not quite full size, but maybe somewhere like closer to the wet shape. That's tug responsive out of the package. That's probably going to be called Theodore. So,
All right. Looking for timeline.
oh, who knows?
All right.
Not 3 years though.
All right, so that's it from my side and the interview with Spencer Berry. Thank you very much for being on the show. I enjoyed it a lot of information. Please make sure to subscribe if you like the interview. Also comment on the video and yeah, make sure to stay in touch. And with that, I hand over for final words to Spencer Berry. The stage is yours.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to listen to me and me rant. I guess what I want to end this on is Tom Kuhn is awesome and makes some really amazing yo-yos, and he puts a little pamphlet if you ever get one of his no jives, and it's got how to tie a string, how to wind a yo-yo, how to do this. But my favorite part is at the end. It says, and do whatever you want, because what makes a trick a trick? I don't know. There's no limits to silly tricks. And when I was describing earlier of landing a UFO or skidding the yo-yo on the ground or banging it into a pole, and Walter has a really cool trick where if you grind him, you'd walk the dog in the lip of a beer bottle. He will sit in the beer bottle and spin around and get these horrible, horrible skid lines on him like that. That's all from beer bottles. So my point is, I hope that the Walter opens up some doors if you're interested. It's not for everyone, as I said, but it is a lot of fun, and it's really fun to just kind of shred around and do silly tricks, because that's kind of what yo-yoing's all about, right? Is playing and having a good time. So that's why I made him, and I hope that if you're someone who would get joy out of playing with Walter, that you'll let me know and we can work something out.